Oh, okay. Yay. So I don't know how long YouTube was actually not keeping or like actually waiting to go live. Apparently they added it where you had to like manually click go live whenever you're streaming. But yeah, here we go. So welcome to the stream. For anybody just getting here, Unity added a new set of tile API, and it's basically EnityID tiles. This works in 6.4 of Unity and basically uses C# jobs and burst compiler to vastly improve the performance of Unity's TileMap and so forth. And I'm going to be actually going there. And I do apologize. I was actually live I actually started streaming like 4 minutes ago, but apparently now you have to like hit that little button. So if there's anybody waiting for the stream, I do apologize. I literally was like 5 minutes into stream until I realized I had to click live manually on YouTube stream. Used to, I could literally just click live from OBS and it automatically like go live on YouTube. So hey, sorry. Anyways, we're gonna be going for this. So I'm actually gonna go for the API real quick and learn real quick. All right, so let's go for the manual. Since I know pretty much nothing about this, since I just learned about it a couple hours ago. So basically to implement empty tile base, yeah, I know all of this is pretty much like structs for like burst compiling and job job support. So let's actually see this. Public abstract. Okay, so make full use of jobs. For EntityTile, its data is stored in tile data, which uses EntityID to reference manage Unity objects. Implement this to return the type of the struct used. Okay, so let's actually do this. Let's actually make one as we go by. Also, I'm going to have to add a new folder real quick. Actually create a new folder and call it tiles experimental, because this is technically like under experimental API. And I'm gonna have to actually create a yeah, let's actually create a new class here. Let's just say SF entity tile EnityID tile. Okay, that's literally a naming convention as far as I can tell. So here with that. And entity tile entity tile. This is the abstract classifier. Seeing right, implement missing members. Okay, quite a bit of stuff to go through. And yes, this is literally using tile. What did I even name? SF tiles. Let's do TileMap utility. I don't even remember what I had this named as. Or grab. Pretty sure it was like. Oh wait, that's weird. Why is this not in namespace? This should be in namespace. SF files. File module. Yes, this was made. I made this before I even made the assembly definition. Okay, well, interesting though. Let's grab that. I'm gonna go here, grab that. I'm gonna actually follow this naming convention just so I remember. All right, and let's begin. All right. Okay, cannot use unsafe construct in safe context. Okay. So I'm gonna have to actually make sure to actually declare that I can actually use that. And I'm gonna go ahead. So gonna have to first actually tell it to. Yeah, we're gonna actually do this. I'm gonna just like actually create it from that, and we're gonna have to do this. All right, so a couple of things. First, I'm gonna have to create a new assembly definition. Scripting assembly definition. SF files. And then Experimental. I don't even remember how I was. Okay, fuck. I gotta rename that. I couldn't remember if I was actually putting the actual like periods in there or not. I was trying to like follow my own naming convention. I could apparently forgot. Okay, there we go. Now I'll rename that. All right. So let's actually define the restraints real quick because I don't want this to actually be included into it unless we're actually using the proper package. So TileMap Extra if resource let's do say version let's actually just say before I actually do this, let me go and check the other like my other actual like defines. I'm trying to make sure like all of them are actually like the same thing. Okay, fully uppercase. Okay, so normal scripting definition. I'm trying to fall off naming format. We'll find out if I can actually remember it all. All right, so let's just say Unity tile caps lock TileMap experimental. I don't even know if I spelled that right. We're gonna say this, and I'm gonna say 8.0. There we go. And then I'm going to need there we go. I'm going to need a couple of things as well. Ooh, okay. I wonder. Because this is technically considered experiment, maybe I have to do like experiment 0.1. Maybe we'll find out. Yeah, okay, that's what it was. Cool. Yeah, all right, now it's gonna give me a bunch of things because it's gonna be like blah blah blah. Make sure it's any platform, and then I'm going to also grab that. Okay. Unity 2D tile map. Okay. Said I'm gonna need to do tile map. I believe it was this one. Hey, actually remembered what it was, which one it was right away. And I'll have to do a couple other things as well. I'm assuming, oh wait, actually, you know what, we'll also need a reference to just a normal tile map. Do normal TileMap Extras as well. And also, I think maybe 2D common. And I thought I was using unsafe already. I should be using unsafe already. Wait, come on. Project settings, would you mind? Oh no, that's weird. I can't. There we go. For some reason, it would not let me. I should be already using the unsafe though. Oh, what's going on there? It is checked. Okay. Hey, okay. I'm gonna actually we're gonna do this. I'm gonna just actually see if I just need to recompile first without errors. I was wondering because I was like, I have other code. I literally have marshalling code that should not have an issue. Okay. Yeah. I wonder if it's just, oh, right. Okay, 1 second. Undo it. Yeah, okay. We're gonna do this real quick. And what I gotta do is I actually gotta do it per assembly definition. been a while since I had to like set like a unsafe code for on a per like on a per assembly definition basis. Yay! Okay, now I can finally do this. Okay, cool. Now I can actually make my own entity tiles. Okay, cool. Let's begin. I named this right. EntityID tile. Yep. Okay, cool. So let's do this. How does this work? So I'm going to actually go one by one, and we're gonna see like so basically on enable, it gets the dictionary key. To do and burst compiler. Okay, so it does a compile functions pointer. All functions pointer. Okay. It's gonna be me like going back and forth trying to see like, okay, how does it work? Okay, cool. I think I get like the idea of it. So basically, copy data struct and then use a pointer on the void. Yes. Okay. Now, since I get the idea of it down, let's actually begin and start working on this. So basically, I need to override the type struct. So public override type struct, and I basically need to say tile, and I had to pass in actually pass in tile like entity tile data. So I do like that. Oh no, sorry. I do this and import missing file. There we go. And like I said, this is me learning this like during stream, so I don't know. Like I'll try to like not do too many mistakes, but I probably will make a few mistakes. Okay, so you need to actually implement this. So as far as I know, there is a unsafe utility, yes, and you have to copy the structure to pointer. So the actual pointers that's actually used for the data structures is actually for like the job delegates. You have to actually copy it into data pointer. So use ref. They're actually like I'm assuming that there is actually a. Let's actually grab this and let's actually go to base class. I want to see how the base class. Right. Okay. So instead of that, you know what? Here we go. We'll actually see how this is done. Okay. So the data method. Disposable. Oh, okay. So it doesn't have to be like a type of tile data. I can actually create my own like as far as I'm understanding this correctly, public struct SF entity ID, or actually let's say entity. Actually, I'm gonna let's see how did they? Yeah, they actually follow the same thing. Okay, so basically they just call it like a data struct, and I'm assuming I could do this. And I can actually say like public entity ID. I'm about to reference something. What? Okay, never mind. I don't have to reference it. I thought that'd be built into Unity starting in 6.4, but I wasn't sure. And then I'm gonna do tile in the SF SF entity tile ID entity ID, and basically I'm assuming that this is basically the ID that's actually linked. Cool. So I'm assuming then that I just have like a public, maybe private data, actually. Private data. Actually, this should be, yeah, private data. And it should be just like that. I'm assuming maybe I can just do ref data and then out pointer. I think that's actually how you do this. I think so. So you actually, I'm assuming Unity is literally just taking this struct that I have set here. It passes it in, and then it converts it into like a little pointer, and Unity just does it that way. Structure to the out pointer. Okay. Now I'm assuming I can have, okay, so I'm assuming I can actually put any type of data as long as it's like burst compatible in here. So I'm assuming, obviously like public bounds, int, bounds. I wonder if I actually should keep this the same name as these, because there might be like a, well, we'll find out. Like native hash set. I've actually never used a hash set. Actually, we'll need to, before I do this, we'll actually need to add some assembly references. Well, this one's going to be an interesting one. I'm going to actually need a couple. I need collections. Into collections, math. I think I just need, I think I only need these two. We'll find out. I'm hoping I only need these two. All right, so that randomization struct. Oh, okay, that's because like you can add like randomization to roles. Okay, so and all right, so rule match input is actually like a data struct for stuff that okay. All right, so that's actually how they're doing like very quick like a rule matching. Gotcha. Shouldn't this be like a burst compile? Actually, wait, is the entire, I think the entire class just might be, okay, yeah, since the entire class is already marked as burst compile, I don't need to worry about it. All right, ooh, array of output, okay. And then public tiled, public tiled data. And then default, tile data. The default tile data. Alright, so I'm seeing already a little bit how they do this. Okay, so and public dispose. Oh, okay. So since we're using a native hash set here, or like native lists and native arrays have a thing that says allows you to check to see if they have been created. That way you know if you need to go ahead and like clean them up and dispose them. So like same thing. So if I actually go here and I say like native array, and I'm gonna just put int for now, test and equals new native. I'm gonna just say let's do 20, and I'll just say allocator like temp, just to show this off. Like most of the native collections actually have like a is created. That way you know like, hey, there's memory, you need to clean it up and prevent like leaking. So yeah, all right, and it's probably actually smart thing to do since oh yeah, this is gonna be nice. Okay, so I'm gonna just see how they're doing this themselves first, and then I'll go from there and actually like do my like own stuff. Well, I want to actually just learn how they do it. Suppose I'm assuming that okay, so they're just doing like okay, so they actually have a I actually have like a just refresh tile job. All right, and this is basically what this okay, sorry, this actually needs to be static unsafe or won't really be allowed to be burst compiled. Refresh tile job. One downsides of this first tile. Do I need to do the namespace? This is in Unity first. Okay, one second. I might have to actually I might actually have to import another package count. Int pointer or pointer int3 pointer position. Int, by the way, this is like pretty much a pointer to like a vector3 int. So instead of doing like a vector3 ints, I'm going to be using this. So just for reference. And that's actually why I imported the mathematics library. Okay, so another pointer to the data and reference to a tile refresh struct, and basically tile like refresh struct. And what error is it? Give me. Oh, I didn't actually tell it to return void. My bad. Okay. I was like, what? All right. Before we go further, so I can actually do this correct, I'm gonna have to add a couple more assembly references. Need that as well. And okay. Now we should be able to do first compile. There we go. And this is one that I'm gonna have to look into. Mono P invoke callback. Okay, it's a ahead of time compilation thing. What namespace is this in? Unity engine core module. Okay, so Unity engine or no Unity do where okay, assembly, yeah, it's a core module, right? It's no, it's override. Okay, well, I swear then It's just not. Oh, okay. IntelliSense just wasn't actually picking up the it needed to be imported, of course. And IntelliSense, and then basically refresh tile job delegate. All right. So I want to read into this one a little bit. I'm assuming mono invoke. Let's actually look into this. Find usages. Okay, it is literally just used to, it's just used inside like allocating and binding. Mono P invoke. So I'm assuming the P is for pointer. So I'm assuming it's a pointer. Yeah, okay, it's a try function pointer. Or no, that's only used inside collections. Ooh, this is gonna be a fun one. Learn about. Okay, let's see if there's actually documentation on this. Unity. I'm pretty sure I already get what this is used for, but hey, I want to actually see this. Because I'm assuming it's just related to callback to native code with a delegate. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, okay. It's just allowing Unity to know that hey, you're just calling back to a yeah, okay. Method on C# side must be static marked with. Okay, so it's actually grabbing a delegate from C++. Cool. Okay. And it's basically a function pointer that just goes back to static C# method. Lovely. So yay. All right, cool. So refreshed all those. Okay. So how does Unity do this? So we get a data struct and have to use unsafe utility equals unsafe utility dot as reference. Okay, so it's what does this do? I'm assuming that it's just taking a pointer as a reference for structs though. Yeah, okay, yeah, just it's literally just using a struct as a reference, but it's keeping the pointer. Okay, so so basically it's being used to actually get the tile data. So earlier I created a SFNTI tile data struct, and it's actually okay. Oh, okay, I get how this is going. So first, I just realized I ran that wrong. So up here, when it has, it's actually you actually get the struct type, and you're saying get this. There is a copy struct to pointer. So this is actually taking the structure, the custom structure that right here, and it's actually using it, and it's actually converting that data to a grabbable pointer. And once it's inside of the grabbable pointer, it actually can be sent as a reference, and it actually gets that reference back as a data struct. So this is actually turning back the data struct, or turning back the yeah. So you get a void pointer, and basically, as far as I can tell, this is actually like this variable right here is actually the data for the struct and that you're actually creating. So I'm assuming this method actually creates a void pointer data. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Okay. The fun learning times. Okay. And basically, I'm assuming that will actually give us back a actual struct from pointer memory. Cool. So I'm assuming refresh positions. So once you actually get the data struct back, I'm assuming you just create a data array with all the positions. And I'm assuming what what Unity is about to do is actually grab the native hash set that we created. I'm assuming, and I'm assuming we just do data struct and neighbor positions and. Okay, wait, what is this? Okay, so. Native positions +1. Why the +1? Okay, I am confused about the +1 part. Curiosity. and then allocator.temp, and then native array uninitialized memory leaves Unity's memory uninitialized. Ooh, what? Okay, that's new to me. I've never used this before. I forgot to say dot count, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay. Okay, so this is actually interesting. Oh, I was trying to make this a little bit easier to read. I'm gonna take a couple of these off real quick. That way I can actually see the full thing. Actually, wait, I want to keep that. Keep that. Okay, cool. So, there we go. Now I can read this a little bit. Void in the EnityID. All right. So that gives us our tile positions. Okay, so we now have the tile positions. And this is gonna be a fun one. I think we're gonna need several for loops here. Let's actually do this. Count. I'm assuming count. I think counts is like actually how many. I'm assuming this is how many like tiles we're refreshing. Or count. And ooh, no. That needs to be. That would have went out of bounds. Okay, or like wouldn't have been correct. I equals 0. Yeah, I is less than count. We get the first position, and because okay. Oh, okay. Because of this position. Oh wait. I'm gonna say tile position. Because this is a pointer, we have to do this. We actually have to say hey, this is a pointer plus I. Oh god, we actually had to like manually increment the memory. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Varj equals 0. So and then for each not for, and we're gonna say version. And bar neighbor offset equals neighbor position. Position equals, and yeah, okay, so this is the actual position, or this is actually okay. The offset position in memory. Oh my god, Unity, what are you having me do? Okay, so Remember, this is all just to make a very high performance like tile map site for my interactable like environmental system. But yeah, so this is fun times. So offsets, so that's the offset position memory. I'm actually glad Unity has actually added this API because this is something that a lot of people want more control over. So offset position memory. The actual tile neighbor position in game in the tile map. Oh man, okay, yeah. And then we had to say get offset. Well, we're gonna have to create like a get offset position. Get off set position. Get offset position, and I'm gonna just say reference the neighbor position, right? And then the memory position. Oh, nope, I got this backwards. Okay, ref the offset position, and then reference the neighbor position, and then I need to actually. This will actually be a method, and should be burst compiled. Yes. Okay. So actual like offset in memory of the tile. So basically, like for example, I'm going to use this tile. So let's actually create a tile map. So let's actually grab this. So this tile right here, for anybody that's used like Unity's like tile map, this is actually Entity. So this tile is actually Entity. I'm going to actually paint on tile real quick, and if I actually select it, oh yeah. And fingers crossed, fingers crossed, that last thing I did won't cause this crash. I'm not going to be surprised if like this actually has issues. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, it's going to crash. Hold a thought. Hold a thought. Maybe it didn't run it yet. Maybe it didn't run it yet. Return. Return. Return to sender. Oh no, wait, actually no. I think it's yeah, okay. Okay. Fun fact. You actually have to like do a check to see if it's an entity tile or actual like original Unity tile. Or like you can literally like just crash it by just bringing over a tile and like placing it over a different thing. Like no joke, I could actually like go to one of my tile maps that's actually using a like one of the older versions. And if I actually go to this tile, by the way, just to show this off, actually go to this tile and grab it. You'll notice that it actually is a RuleEntity tile. So yay. It's also super fast, like it is like really nice. But as you can see, it needs to I need to work on like the refresh tile ID, which is what we're doing. So just gonna comment that out for now until I finish this. That way we don't have any Unity crashes because newsflash, before the stream I had several crashes before I forgot because I forgot to do that. All right. Anyways, back here. All right. So we got tile position. We got the memory pointer, position plus var j, and then we're actually getting the actual like struct. Okay, so we need to do the offset position and the neighbor offset. Var neighbor position, neighbor struct. Okay, isn't this wait, possible? Oh, whoops, I said neighbor position. I meant neighbor offset. My bad. I was like, that should be a thing. So, no joke. This is literally all this is. This is just offset position plus equals offset. Or neighbor. Actually, wait, let's say offset here. Okay, why am I doing this inside such a little like struct thing like this? Because I'm actually need to grab this. Because this is actually gonna make this a little bit better performance just because I'm gonna be able to burst compile it. And also now since I'm actually saying the correct thing here, I need to actually switch what I'm passing in. How's this? Oh, okay. Position. Oh, sorry, tile position. This is my first time doing this, so bear with me. Okay, so I get to a proper entry type, and then that's it. And then we refresh the positions. J++ equals offset position. Right. Right. Okay, I hope I get this right. And then out of the for loop, we can actually tell Unity to refresh or the tile positions after we like do a painting or anything. Or and this needs tile position. And then TileMap reference struct. And I believe this is actually a part of. Yeah, okay, this is actually passed in. So Unity actually passes in whenever you're calling the new tile entity stuff. Unity actually passes in a TileMap ref struct, and I think you just call refresh tiles, and then you pass in refresh positions. And to prevent any memory leaks, you just dispose. Right? Oh god, please tell me I'm right. If not, we're about to have a lot of memory leaks. I'm pretty sure this is it. Grab pointer and then refresh the needed files. Okay. Hey, let's see if this works. I have no idea if this is gonna work. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna delete all these. Technically, these are actually already entity. I'm gonna actually go to my little. I'm gonna just like go up here. I'm gonna create a folder, and I'm just gonna call it entity sandbox. I'm going to. Did I ever? Do I create? I don't think I did. All right, what is it? Got to add. Okay, so on editor, let's go to. Okay, I think that is actually. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. All right, I'll find out. Tiles. All right, so I see the rule entity ID tile. Let's do. Let me actually go to the. I was gonna see. There should be actually. Let's go to actual here, and I want to see something. Edit script. There's actually. I was gonna see if there's like a create like asset menu like thing on it, but there is not. Okay, well, this is gonna be interesting. I'm assuming what I can do is I can just say, oh, first of all, I need to make sure this is marked burst compatible or burst compile. We'll find out. We're gonna see. I'm gonna actually go through here real quick. I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, okay. I was just checking. I'm going to say entity. Let's say I'm going to just say entity ID tile, because this tile map is literally just pure entity data. Now I'm going to just say menu name SF tiles entity SF entity ID tile. All right, fingers crossed. No crashing. I would actually not be surprised. Now let's just go to and let's just say, you know what, we're gonna just test this out. All right, cool. Well, you know what? The sadness. Oh wait, did I inherit from? Oh no, my bad. That needs to be EntityID tile, not EntityID tile base. No, it should be okay. Now there should be something there. Okay. All right, there we go. I was like, wait a second, there should be a spread inspector. Okay, we're gonna just do let's grab some of our we're gonna grab Gregory. All right, so hey, no crashing. Hey, no crashing at all. Oh, cool. Yay, we actually got ourselves a tile that actually is just like reference from entity data. Okay, any warnings I should check. Also ignore the shape was not marked. I'm getting that warning because I hit return here. All right, so let's actually try this now. So let's do this. Let's actually now get this working. Okay, so I'm gonna actually move the return thing. It's technically, this is where like right here is where it actually has some crashing. So I should be able to at least get here. And we're gonna say, no, I'm pretty sure, like if I remember right, it's actually like this is where the crashing happens, because this should be okay. Well, sooner or later, this actually references a entity object by Unity, so we need to do some checks real quick. So if tile is oh, we're gonna need to reference this to my other packages real quick. Are you having fun running around? I have my Savannah monitor. I have like a 4-foot Savannah monitor that's just like running around, just grabbing stuff, having fun. All right, spread tools. Let's go here. Abilities. Nope, wrong one. Tiles. Okay, I swear I have like is that? Oh, did I put this inside of the which? Oh, okay. Note to self. I actually need to go to this one. And let's just go ahead. I just got like a giant assembly thing. And TileMap. Should be TileMap experimental. And we're going to see about that. Well, Unity is actually reloading. I'm going to check some of the stuff out. Also, to use this code, by the way, you actually have to like mark assembly as unsafe. Right, it's recompiled. Now, since it's recompiled, I should be able to actually go into TileMap tools, and now should say, yeah, there we go. Never, yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking. Not that, but it should be get tile data struct. Okay, got to go there. There should be like a This is the new entity base class for entity based tiles that Unity added it. I literally just found out about this morning, so I'm still looking and learning a lot of it. So we got to figure out the tile data. If has tile position. It's actually okay, so I'm actually gonna have to check to see. Okay, so yeah, we're actually going to have to say this instead. All right, so instead of saying tile data, yeah, tile. Okay, so I'm gonna have to actually first check to see. Right, we're gonna have to first check to see what kind of tile we are. So var tile type, and I'm gonna have to say well, actually no, because we can't say actually yeah, we will have to say we'll have to get the tile first, and whatever that tile position is, we'll have to do a check here if tile type tile type is entity ID tile base, entity ID base. We're gonna just do this, and then else we're gonna do this because use tile data, and then I'm gonna grab this. All right, that should hopefully, because like doing this right here will actually get a crash if you if it's like a EntityID tile base, and also give you a crash in certain other areas. Okay, so we're gonna make sure that this is okay. I'm actually going to game loader. Let me actually change my spawn new game. Wait, bear with me. I'm gonna have to have my character move off the camera for a little bit. I'm gonna actually have my character move off the camera. He's actually technically in the room to the right. I haven't made the little, like, I need to update the little physics camera thing. Okay, yeah, there you go. Now, yeah, tile maps work. They don't crash anymore. I'll have to update the camera confiner thing, because technically I have a little physics confiner because I'm not using any colliders. There is 0 colliders on any of this stuff. Like if I actually go to thing, there's literally like no colliders, no nothing. I'm literally like running my own like a physics system instead of using the low level API that Unity added in like 6.3. So yeah. That's actually the reason why I'm like doing the EnityID tile stuff today, is because there's also no TileMap collider yet. So I'm writing my own like TileMap collider. Okay, so yay. Okay, cool. I can also this now. This should I should be able to actually undo that now. I don't think this will have any issues. We're gonna find out. I'm gonna like just save it real quick. Okay, so far no issues. No! Okay, ENT is about to crash. Give it a second. ENT will crash in a couple seconds. Oh wait, actually no, I forgot to. This one's actually avoidable. Okay, wait a second, hold it. This one's actually avoidable. The previous crash I had was not avoidable. I need to actually just make sure Tile is not null. Yeah, that's actually yeah. Let's do tile is not null, and okay. Maybe Unity won't do it. So the reason why this is an issue is because with the new like rule match method, if I actually like go to if I actually go into like the new one, yeah, it's here. It's this one. So if I actually go in here and get tile, like sooner or later, this grabs this the get tile entity ID. This is new Unity API that's used in like 6.4 newer. Sooner or later, it'll grab that and it'll try to grab it in DID. And if it's null, so like if there's no like neighbor tiles to test against in a role tile, it will actually just null out the issue. And with entity IDs, this is actually like injecting entity or object taken from entity ID. Technically can't null check it, and it will just crash Unity because you can't just null check like entities in the same way you null check game objects in normal components. So okay, let's see. Now, before the 8.00 TileMap update Unity release, that instantly crashed Unity. Like, I would not be able to like hit play mode or exit play mode. It just straight up just okay. Yep. There we go. It's too late. Async result object of null is yep. Okay. It's too late. So I'm gonna have to actually close Unity and open it before it does like just die on me, because it takes longer to if it crashes and so forth. But yeah, it's just gonna do that. Sad. So did it crash Unity? Wait, hold it. I swear I don't think I closed Unity of. I think it might have actually like started going through and like crashing Unity. I don't think I accidentally right clicked and hit close. I'll have to like look at the stream. Yep. This is what I've been dealing with, and this is actually why I'm like trying to like get through this. My goal is to actually replace, actually, while I'm thinking about this, all right, let's see if it truly did like purely die. I'm hoping it didn't serialize any of that data. Hey, okay, then, okay. If it does serialize the data before it completely crashes, I've learned before the stream, even if I just like grab and just put the mouse pointer over a tile, Unity just crashed. But okay, so I got past that part. So, all right, so I got to replace all of these tiles with the oh, we'll worry about that in a little bit. We'll worry about that in a little bit. Don't worry about it. You see nothing. There's nothing wrong here. So I'm just gonna have to like go through and replace them because the old tiles is not using any of the entity ID stuff, while the new tiles is. We'll get there eventually. But thankfully, Unity actually, for anybody who hasn't seen it, Unity actually has a tool now. So if you actually go to like a window 2D, and then there's actually a tile asset converter, and you can just tell Unity to convert your current assets. Like you can convert any of your current tiles, and there's literally a EnityID tile. So you literally choose like, okay, I wanted to convert this type of tile to a EntityID tile. And it automatically just does it for you, which is really nice because I have a lot of tiles I really do not want to have to hand make or hand set up again. Yeah. Crap. I already replaced this one. Okay, yeah, it is already. I'm actually, just for now, I'm gonna actually disable the other ones, or the other rooms. And I'm actually going to change the dynamic loading. I'm going to just have this one be start in room 0. Or actually start in room 1. make sure that that actually oh, I forgot to put my player into it. Hey. Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. So I just want to, yeah, there we go. So the goal of today, get entity working, and then get take the entity tile data and actually create physics. So if you notice here, like the old game object tiles, actually I was able to get physics, but now I need to actually create the physics based off of the entity tile data. And that's where we're currently at. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is inside of our TileMap utilities, we actually need to go here. And we need, so after we check, is this a entity tile? Let's actually get, is there, yes, there is a, okay, so there is a specific get tile data. Okay, that's actually good. I actually just do this instead. Okay, so wait a second. Entity tile ID actually inherits from this one, or from tile base. So this should be getting, yeah, so no matter what, oh, I might have to, okay, I'm gonna have to override the get tile data and that. Let me make sure that there's nothing weird that you have to do for overriding the get tile data for entity. Aha. Okay. Gotcha. Duly noted. Duly noted. Yeah, there's a couple things that I might have to do. So actually, I don't have to like actually worry about this because the entity tile ID, or like the entity tile IDs is actually entity tile ID dot get. Let's see what other methods do we have access to now. Get EnityID, get tile animation data, get tile data job function. Okay, well that's going to be useful. That's actually, oh, ooh, that might actually be exactly what I want. Okay, what the hell is this syntax? Oh, it's a dictionary. I was like, wait, what? Okay, so it's this syntax. I was like, for a second, so confused. Okay, get type. Uh-huh. I don't understand it. Okay, well, I get the gist of it. Yeah, I get the gist of it. So for now, I am actually gonna just say get tile data for now. I'm gonna just grab this, and I'm gonna actually just technically, yes, this is technically a also tile base, and this is also tile base, but I want to keep the entity tile data stuff separate. That way, I'll be able to actually use the job, like get the actual like job function in a bit. That way, I can speed up the physics shape creation. All right, so if I actually just do that, will that actually no crashy, no crashy, crashy, no crashy? No crashy. Okay, cool. I sound like an idiot saying that, but like, seeing how I've already had one crash during the stream, right, no issues. Cool. Hey, so let's actually see if that actually worked. Well, I could try. Yes, there is going to be a crash. Okay, you know what? We're going to work until it crashes, but sooner or later it will. Actually, wait. Oh, okay. Yep. Okay. Yep. I was ready for that. Ignore the first one. I actually, that's because I just turned off the spawn system. It's okay, error running refresh tile for previous object reference not set to an object. Okay, so oh, whoops. I need to do is actually, okay, yeah, I need to wait, if tile map has position. Okay, so there should actually be a tile here because so there actually should be a position here. I'm actually no, I need that. Reference tile data. Oh, whoops. Ignore me. I just forgot to do that. Okay. I was about to say because hey, okay. I was like, that's not good. Yay, we have physics. Also, that zombie just ran off into oblivion. He's okay. Okay, cool. We have physics with no colliders. Yay. I do mean there's literally like no colliders. You know, like this is my own custom component. This is actually not a TileMap collider. Just show like the platforms. So I created my own like little like low level physics TileMap collider. All right, cool. So we have entity tiles that actually can be painted and actually update physics. Cool. Now maybe I can stop worrying about crashing. Also, I'm kind of curious. I want to, while in play mode, I just want to see something. I need to add a memory label. I don't think I have a memory label. Actually, you know what? Let's go to SF tile map shape. I'm also going to, I need to create a new method because there's also a different functions that I can actually call with 6.4. Technically, they're calling the same function right now, but that's okay. Isn't there like a, can I pass in a memory label? I can pass in an alligator, but can I pass in a memory label? That's my question. Am I not able to pass a memory label? Wait. Hold on. Vertex test. And let's just say memory label vertex memory equals new memory label. If I remember right, I have to do area name. So also, if anybody's wondering what this is, memory label actually allows you to actually create a custom like a marshalling sampler for like tracking memory allocations inside Unity. So I'm going to say tile, or let's say TileMap. And then I have to say the actual like object name. So I'm going to say actually, oh yeah, I could just say name. And oh, you know what? Instead, I'm going to say type of SF TileMap, and I want the actual name there. And then same allocator. Oh, what is it saying? Oh, it's not name. Sorry. Brain damaged, apparently. Okay, can I pass in a memory label instead? No. Okay. Oh, right. Okay, wait, hold on. I think actually, yes, I can. But not to a list. I think it has to be a native array. I think you can only pass memory labels to native arrays, right? So let's say if I do that. Okay, yeah, you can only use memory labels on native arrays. Darn, I was hoping you could do it in native lists. Okay, out of curiosity, can I do that for native hash sets? Let's do. All right, just a couple of seconds. I just want to see like if I can just say I don't think you can. I'm almost certain you cannot. And yeah, okay. So native arrays only. Well, that sucks. Well, I gotta, for this, I have to use like a native list. Like I can't use a native array for this, so can't use memory label. All right, profiler is, we're gonna be using profile instead. That would have been too nice if I could use memory labels, now wouldn't it? Just ignore, okay, there we go, that'll fix itself. We'll fix that in a couple seconds. I just want to actually like see how well this is. Let's do analysis. Let's actually do standalone profiler. That way, like the editor itself doesn't like mess with like the performance sampling. This is going to be a little awkward because since it's not actually the editor profiler, I can't like dock it. I'm gonna I just want to see like how good like a performance this is. So what? Package cache. Wait a second. Hold on. Thought. Project settings. But it just randomly give me an error that didn't exist like 2 seconds ago. Why did the package cache just automatically like do that? Hold on. Thought. What? Okay, so I attached the profiler and it oh, I think I know why. Do. Hold on. Thought. Wait, 1 second. 1 second. Gotta this 1 second. I gotta drag this over 2 seconds. I actually know what happened. I completely forgot about that. I just remembered what I was working on off meantime. All right, so fun fact, since I was trying to make like this package where anybody could like download, I had it where it automatically set up the Git, because all the code and stuff is actually on like a Git repo for anybody. I was actually setting up where it automatically download packages and stuff. I forgot when you attach a profiler from external thing, it actually runs a certain like editor API, and apparently when I was making it automatically make sure like I have all the correct packages installed, so like there's no like missing package errors. I forgot to say, hey, if it's a local package, make it be like, oh hey, okay, the package is installed. Anyways, so I'll worry about that later. We got tiles, so let's go and let's do a couple things. I just want to like enter and exit. Ignore this error. I just have the spawn system like completely disabled right now, just so I can test. Okay, I want to see if these give me errors. So before I fixed it, every time the tile. So if you see like the tiles and stuff, the refresh would actually break and it actually errored out to the point where it'd crash Unity. But now like it doesn't have that issue anymore. Now I just got to actually make it where it actually refreshes the correct tile. Okay. Unity. Now that's jank. Boy, that is super jank. We will have some fun. Oh, yeah, there it goes. All right, so our biggest stopping point is figuring out like, let me get rid of some of these so I'm not like tied down by like stuff that is actually not related to the error. All right, so auto reference. Okay, so this is actually inside Unity's own class. This is actually Unity's thing. Okay, so I'm assuming we're running refresh tile for previous. So there is. Okay, so let's go over here. The Unity is like literally airing out in their like their thing. Okay. Well, let's check this out. All right, unsafe utilities. Let's actually check. Refresh tile job. Oh, okay. I think I get how this is. Okay, so I see. I think I see at least. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So basically, I have to have one more actual like C# job. Okay, so if I actually go to here and check this out, where is it? Where is it? All right, so I actually have to check to make sure like that's not null, or actually I'm not overwriting that, so technically Unity should be checking that. Okay, well this is fun. Let's go to this. On validate. Okay. All right, refresh tile job. Okay, so I need to implement those now. Okay, so for this to work, I'm going to have to actually point to the actual like job manually. So I'm assuming I'm going to give me 2 seconds to just make sure I'm actually looking at this right. All right, yeah. So okay, so we're gonna have to actually say refresh tile job, and I'm actually gonna say that. So we'll actually do it this way. Yeah, we're gonna have to actually do it this way. And instead of an interface, wait, I love how it actually made an interface. Nah, actually, we can actually do it this way instead. We can actually do a static unsafe void, and actually do it this way. And we need to use int. Okay, it's actually, wait a second, isn't this pretty much the exact same actually wait. Oh, hold on. Did I put that inside of the tile dig? Okay, no, I'm just an idiot. I know why it worked. Because it's supposed to actually, yeah, I meant to actually do that. Okay, but it's still saying cannot resolve symbol. Should actually be able to resolve that. Like I said, am very new to like a few of these things. Okay, let me see how Unity does it in their own code then, because I'm almost sure that is correct. Text override, unsafe, refresh, tile job delegate. Yeah. Oh. Okay. There we go. Yay. Let's see if I'm gonna actually like exit that. Go on, Unity. Finish recompiling. Ah. Yay. Okay. Cool. Now, is this actually saying an entity? It is saying an entity. Cool. Now, the question is, can I paint without it crashing? Well, somewhat. Somewhat. Okay. We'll still have to figure out like why it's not like updating the visuals. But I think we got it to the next step. Okay. So I'm assuming the same thing I can do here as well. Or I can just say like get tile data job. And I'm gonna just actually do the same thing here. I actually do not know what this requires. Yeah, we're gonna just grab this real quick because I'm not gonna type that all out. We're gonna just say that, and we just do the exact same thing here. Burst compile it, and also tell it to be a mono pointer. And then do get tile data delegate. Oh, this base class actually already implemented. Technically, yes. Oh, I gotta say. Okay, technically, this should also. Oh no, job data job. Yeah, get tile data job. There we go. All right. So, what does the get tile data job? So basically, as far as I could tell, this returns the delegate. I'm going to move my mic for a second. Because, okay, there we go. At first I thought my keyboard was being actually like caught in it. So yeah, it returns a delegate function called by TileMap using Unity's jobs to refresh EntityID ID tiles. Let's actually do this. EntityID tiles. Tiles. I'm also going to do this as well. TileMap. Alright. Sorry, lizards. They're random chaotic people using not Unity's jobs to get the tile data. Sorry. And then not base class, but ID. Okay, so let's go ahead and technically grab this because this one actually needs to go with this. And I'm going to actually say, and we're actually going to say return the, I think this is technically the int pointer, int pointer. You know what? I should rephrase that a little bit. Who cares? Most people probably won't read it. Okay, so get tile data. All right, this one's actually very simple, like very simple. Or it should be very simple. I just got to remember instead of I++, you got to do ++I. So we take the count, so the how many like tiles that we're actually getting the tile data job for. And no joke, if I'm thinking correctly, there is a copy, you need copy pointer structure. You just take the data and you out, and you actually use a pointer and you say out tile data plus I. And that actually should be it. Grabs the data in the pointer memories location, and it literally there's actually like this is actually like just a pointer that keeps track of like positions of the tile, and also a position of like the or like a pointer that points to the tile data. Basically, we're just actually grabbing the memory, the actual like pointer memory, and converting it to a data struct. I'm trying to think. We also have the, what's it called? I'll worry about the get tile, like the get animated tile data later. Get offset position. See, trying to think what else we technically actually had to like. I think the default enable actually works for what I'm doing, so I'm not gonna need to override that. I hope. I hope at least. So let's actually do this. Okay, so let's actually try to make like our own entity rule tile real quick. So make sure this doesn't crash anything. Hey Gregory, you gonna crash Unity? Okay. Well, okay, so paint him, nothing, but once I hover my mouse over, then he refreshes. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be a fun thing to like solve. We'll worry about that in a little bit. Gregory, we'll worry about Gregory like in everything. Like, oh, you disappeared from the TileMap for a second. That does make me feel good. It's not just even my own custom, like even Unity's actual like tiles are actually we'll worry about that in a second. Alright, so build the sprite physics. Hey, the sprite physics built. Yay. Okay, so I don't know if you guys noticed, but these were square earlier. It was literally just square. Oh, like this. Okay, well that's just fantastic. That's not what I want. Okay. We'll also have to find a way to object reference not set to an instance of the exception is from job compiled with burst. Well, that's fantastic. Unknown script. Thank you, Unity. Greatest thing. Okay. Native list. Okay, so that actually was done from the native hash sets. I'm assuming it would happen from this native hash set. So okay, so I gotta check something. I mean, wait, did I only do the refresh tile to okay. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's right. Okay, I'm gonna just double check this. Fingers crossed. Oh, you know what? Am I taking into account mirrored positions? I don't think so. I do not think I'm taking into account mirrored positions. Okay. Oh, wait, did I? No. My disposable. Oh, my bad. It'd kind of help if I actually remember to actually say, hey, dispose of this crap. Yeah, okay, I literally implemented the dispose thing and I forgot to mark it as I disposable. I was like, why is that not going through? Okay. Now, hey, Gregory, you wanna? Hey, there you go. He works now. Before, like, he was super delayed. Like, I had to literally move the mouse back over him for him to actually refresh. Okay, well, that's my bad. I stand corrected. Okay, so it's only the okay, well, so only the box brush is broken out. Why is the okay? So that fixed every other like brushing, like painting tool. Actually, let me do this. Yeah, okay, that fixed every other tool except the box brush tool. I mean, if I actually paint it, if once I move my mouse over it, then he refreshes. But oh well. You know, I can live with just like having just the actual like paintbrush for now. That's so weird. Any more job errors? I'm assuming because I'm assuming I have okay, line 54. What is that? Okay, let me see where I could be. Okay, refresh native array +1. Make sure to allocator temp. Supposed to be uninitialized memory, right? Allocator or native array options. Okay, set to an object deception was thrown from and that is okay, so it to hash native hash code. Okay, well, let's see this. Okay, so inside our oh, okay. Oh, that's right. I will need to do a override for refresh tile. Okay. Hi, can I help you? Why are you nibbling on my feet? It's always awkward when a 4-foot savannah monster just nibbles on my toes. You're looking for your chicken? Chicken's. I might have to like sit. I'll keep the stream up, but I might have to like switch to like feeding a reptile. Might be coming a like a couple second reptile feeding stream. What? Oh, Variant. I was like, what? So data and neighbor positions dot count +1 has to be +1, and allocator type is temporary. This one also needs to be a native array options and uninitialized memory, and we're also gonna do this new. So actually, wait, it's pretty similar. I think it might be pretty similar to what we do in the actual refresh tiles stuff. All right, I'm actually going to be able to like just copy some of this. There we go. Don't need it. I don't think I need a J for this one. And I need neighbor positions. Actually, let's see. Actually, no. Instead of for loop, we're gonna have to say for each. Yeah, this is gonna have to be a for each loop because we actually won't know how many positions there are, or how many ones we actually go through. So neighbor position in data dot neighbor positions. That should be int3. Yeah. Okay. So do that for our current position. Equals position to int3. All right, and then var neighbor offset equals neighbor position. Why do I keep hitting T? I keep actually adding like the letter T to this. I actually do not need these. So, and then we need to get the offset position, and we need to reference the current position, and then reference the neighbor offset. And again, this is like just getting like a offset position in memory, and then we just say refresh positions I plus plus equals position dot to vector 3. I don't know if I need to use also like this is just like doing some burst compiling code. Literally the only reason for it. And then refresh the positions. And say equals position. Tile map. Refresh tiles. Refresh position. And dispose. I think. Okay, we'll find out. And this one I don't think we need to. Oh, actually, we can't burst compile this because we're passing in a TileMap, so we actually cannot burst compile this. So we got the TileMap job, and then we got refresh the actual like refresh tile. Okay. Trying to think what else we're gonna need to do. We already got the tile data where we're actually like getting like the actually no, we got the get tile data job, but now we actually need the get tile data itself. Get tile data, and we're gonna have to do var TileMap data equals new TileMap data struct. Okay, I think this was. Yeah, okay, yeah. So TileMap data struct is Unity's struct for TileMap related jobs. So I'm assuming, yep, okay, there it is. Get tile entity ID from handle. Oh yeah, gets entity ID from tile, and then okay. And then we say TileMap get component TileMap. And we're gonna have to have some unsafe fun right here. And a lot of unsafe utilities. So basically, how this is, as far as I can see how this is working, we grab the pointer again. Yay, fun times. And then unsafe utility, and we had to grab the actual memory address of this. Oh, this is fantastic. Ref. And we actually need to grab our data. So we actually got to grab the memory address. Okay, yeah, so for Unity to let me do this, I'm going to have to actually grab the memory address. Ignore that for a second. Got to actually grab the memory address. And I think we have to grab the default tile data. And then out tile map data, or out tile data. Oh, God. Okay, it's actually starting to get a little bit more over my head, but hey, it's a learning experience. Okay, basically there's like a 2 and 3. Okay, and this is where, okay, so this is where you would actually call the tile job, map job. Okay, so this is where you actually, we're actually calling, okay, that actually explains why, like, whenever I was painting, sometimes it wouldn't update, or like it wouldn't update my custom like physics. Because like basically what I'm doing is I created my own like physics shape that it basically replaces TileMap Collider, and it actually ignore like there for a second. I'm finished writing it out, but basically it grabs the sprites that's actually in the tile and actually uses that, and it basically creates a set of vertices. So like actually I'm grabbing the vertices here, and I'm actually creating my own physics shape. And actually like generating the polygons and actually getting the like matrix transform. That way like it can be like a top-down tile map. So like even you don't have to have this be a you don't have to be a like side scroller game. You can actually use like a top-down view. And then we basically create components. So but now this should actually get the tile data. And the reason why I mentioned tile data here is tile data should actually have a certain information for like sprites. So if I actually like go in here, there should be a, so okay, so you just grab the position, and then this just grabs the actual like tile. Okay, that's going a little too far into like self-learning. I'll probably read into that off stream, that way people don't have to like suffer from it. So basically now I can actually like run the job, And to do that, we have to do thing, and we actually have to grab the position, like an actual pointer, like a position for the memory pointer. And oh, sorry, top position. And then we need to grab, I'm gonna actually, just because there's like a lot of symbols, then we need to grab the actual like data. So address of again, reference the data struct again. Now reference the TileMap data that we grabbed from up here. And then we got to put that tile data as a memory pointer and actually just, okay, yeah, it's fun times. Address of, it quickly becomes like, oh yeah, that's why it's so easy to cause this crash. And then we actually pass in the tile data that we actually grabbed from here. So basically the copy pointer struct, for anybody that wasn't here earlier, and the new entity ID tiles, like Unity's new tiles, because this entity ID tile is one of the actual new tiles that Unity created. I'm just like inheriting from it and like creating my own custom version. Basically inside of it, there's actually like a copy data struct, and basically you can actually create your own custom tile data, like which is useful because you can now say, you can actually now have tile data be like, am I grass, am I ice? And you can actually say, oh hey, this is a ice tile, have fire melt it and it'll turn into water tile. So you can actually like create your own kind of, like add your own enums and everything, as long as it's burst compilable and it can actually work in job. You can actually add your own tile data and actually retrieve it anywhere you want, and you can just do some really cool stuff. So you could literally like, what I'm going to be trying to do is make it where I can paint water tiles that actually simulate water. And that's the end goal, and make it where like I cast an ice spell and it freezes the water tiles. So that's going to be like the main goal of this. But anyways, okay, so we grabbed that. I did not mean to put this in my column there. I think that's it. Right, okay, yeah. Kind of like just having this like formatted like that. Okay, I think that's actually all I need for that function. Fingers crossed. No issues. All right, Gregory, let's see how you're doing. Gregory's gone. No. Okay, wait, hold it. Oh no, we killed Gregory. Okay. Da 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 da. I murdered Gregory somehow. Oh, okay. For reference, Gregory is the name of the clock. Like we actually have an NPC that's like cursed inside of a clock, and Gregory is his name. Just so well. Oh, wait. Okay. Wait a second. I think I might know why. Whoops. Okay, so yeah. So I think it might, does that have to be in a certain, oh my god, this might actually have to be in a certain like layout memory wise. I might actually have to manually choose where these are in memory. Okay, let's find out. Let me double check a couple things. I want to make sure that I didn't point to the wrong memory address somewhere. Let's just start with the yeah, okay, let's just start with the very top one real quick, and I'm going to just make sure I did not mess or put too wrong one. Okay, so let's go to get tile data, specifically get tile data job. Let's go real quick. Okay, so int3 pointer, unsafe, copy pointer to struct. Okay, data out to tile data. Okay, so that's correct. Make sure I got that actually here. Good tile data. Oh no, I'm calling the wrong method inside of okay. So this actually allows like the mono runtime and ahead of time like compiler and stuff to actually like things. I accidentally named doubled the one that should be get job tile delegate. Let me make sure I didn't mess up the did I accidentally switch them? Okay, no, I got this one right, of course, but no. My bad. That might explain a little bit. I think I actually saw one more issue, but I'm gonna just check this out and see like I might have to actually like reset Gregory. You okay, Gregory? No, Gregory's just dead. We killed Gregory. Okay, well, what about the other entity tiles? Okay, the other entity tiles still work. Okay. Oh wait. Okay. Side note. Come on. For a second, it looked like the physics clutter actually instantly. Oh, it did. Okay, well, at least the physics clutter is actually. No. Oh, never mind. I had happiness and then it took it away from me. Okay, so. We're gonna have to figure out. Okay, so I'm gonna just go one by one. So let's actually grab, make sure like the tile data job, safe unsafe void, or I equals 0. Okay, I'm checking, make sure I'm doing plus I and not I plus plus. Oh, whoops. Wow, I really did. I don't know how I managed to like screw this simple method up so bad. It's supposed to be a plus I, not plus 1. Did I do that in the other one as well? I should go check that real quick. Oh, I might have actually did that as well. Wait, no. Okay, I did. Just checking. I was gonna be like, are you kidding me? For a second, I thought I managed to mess them both up, and I was gonna be like, wow, good job. I'm actually gonna check something out real quick. I'm gonna make sure that I actually have this. Okay, plus position I. Tile memory. Okay. Refresh tile job. Make sure I got the right delegate. Okay, we're gonna try this then. We're gonna actually try this. Okay, yeah, that's correct. We're gonna just do this. I want to see something. Let's do var I, and we're gonna just say count plus plus. I want to see. I'm gonna say var position equals position plus I, and I'm gonna just say TileMap refresh struct dot refresh tile not tiles, and then hash in the pointer for the position, and we're gonna try that. We're gonna just see. Alright, Gregory, are you back, son? Nope. Gregory is just long and forgotten now. Okay, well, I'm gonna just do this, and that's all of this. We're gonna delete it. Gregory no longer exists. Uh oh, that doesn't even let me delete him. Oh no. that really borked some stuff up. Okay. Yeah, no. Gregory is just here as internal ghost. Okay. So, let's see. I know, like, the refresh tiles, like, it's actually not receiving all the proper information. So, let's see. Let's actually, I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna go see something real quick. Maybe, yeah, I'm gonna try this. Okay, public override void. Make sure I got the refresh positions. Native array, yes. Okay, yeah, that is +1. Allocation timber, initialize memory for each. Okay, it's line 50 that it's running into. Okay, so I'm assuming that the neighbor positions is actually not even reaching point. So I'm assuming the hash set is actually let's just do this and let's go see. Actually, we'll do this. If data.neighbor positions is created, or let's actually do is not created, return. Now I'm going to say debug.log. I'm going to say the native if this is the problem, okay, I'm actually hoping this is the problem. That would make things a lot easier. Because I'm assuming maybe I could have to like update the neighbor positions. All right, so let's go clear the thing. I'm actually gonna grab because technically there is actually a tile there. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Okay, we're gonna actually guarantee that there's like actually no invisible tiles on the that one. All right, so no invisible tiles, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make Gregory appear right here. Oh. Okay, so yeah. So I think that actually, yeah, okay, that might be the issue then. All right, cool. Well, if that's the issue, then I love how it didn't even get to the debug warning. Wait, yeah, okay. So I'm assuming then I just need to like do this. Is there a no? There's not. Okay. Really? Okay. I'll have to manually create it. I was hoping. Okay, so what I'm gonna have to do is actually make a method to update the native hash positions. So I'm almost certain that is the problem. Ref neighbor positions, and then we're gonna need the bounds and reference of the bounds and ref bounds. All right, yep. We're gonna try this real quick. So, I'm gonna say if ref neighbor positions is created just in case. We're gonna just dispose of it. Actually, sorry, we need this to actually do var positions equals refer neighbor positions first, and then we're gonna say that, and then we're gonna say dispose, and then we're gonna say positions equals new new native hash set, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, wait a second. How many neighbors on TileMap? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, 9. Wow, I really had brain damage. Oh wait, actually no. I'll actually need like a tiling. I'll actually need a set of like the tiling rules. Okay, you know what? So doing that, we're gonna do this because now I actually get the issue. Yeah, okay, I see where all of this is like actually coming in from. Okay, so I'm gonna, for now, because I'm gonna have to actually make a catch version of the like neighbor tiles. And what I mean by neighbor tiles is like if I actually go to like the like a rule tile, I'm figuring out how they made like the entity version of this. So I'm remaking this, and it looks like I need to actually create like a catch of the rule tiles. But for now, just to make sure everything is working, I'm actually going to just do this. Yeah, we're gonna just say okay, where is the, I'm looking for a okay, maybe that could be, okay, might have to, how about this? We're gonna just do this. We're gonna do this real quick. I am gonna say, I'm gonna actually just make the most basic form of this and just make sure. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna make the most basic form of this and we're gonna move from there. So I'm gonna actually just copy this and get tile data. I'm actually going to just, for now, all right, so we're gonna simplify how we're doing this. I just want to make sure that before I go into huge like free of like coding that system in, make sure that is actually what the issue is. And unsafe. Utility address of, get the address of the data again. Data. Then out the tile data. All right, so we're gonna just grab that, and then for below here for the get tile data job, I'm gonna actually you know how that works. Yeah, okay, yeah, this actually works for still. Same thing for that one. So only thing I gotta think about is like actually the refresh tile job, or like not the refresh tile jobs, but like actually yeah, do this real quick. So this should be okay for that. And get tile data is gonna be, yeah, okay, so we're gonna just do this. So I have no idea if this is actually, if this actually works, that means that, yeah, it's just, I'm gonna have to like create my own like catch-up pointer stuff, but that's okay. For refresh tile, I don't think I'm actually not gonna override it just for now. So not gonna override this, and we're gonna actually see. No. Okay, wait. I wonder. We're gonna actually save it, and we're gonna reopen Unity. I'm kind of curious. Um, yeah, I am kind of curious. Okay, so well, let's try this out. I'm going to go for Unity's base class real quick. I want to see because yeah, they're doing something similar to me, where I'm like just copying out like the memory data pointer. Here, wait. Here, documentation time. Okay. Documentation. What am I doing wrong? Okay, I was right on that. For the most part. Okay. Alright. Hey. Okay, so apparently I was right on most of this, but it looks a bit fully used. Alright, so I got that right. Let's actually compare this. How far off was this? I was wanting to see if I can get this by myself. Okay, so yeah, okay, so you could do that. Wait, did I say plus I here? Okay, yeah, so I got that correct. Apparently I was closer than I thought. Okay, yeah, get tile data delegate. Okay, so I was right about that. Void data, yeah. To traditional typing. Okay, yep. So is this the get tile data job? Okay, let's see how close I was on this. I said today's my first day seeing any of this API, so this is me like all right. Okay, so I used a little bit different way to do it. Or wait, no, that's is this get tile data? Oh no, wait, that's get tile data job. I was like, wait a second, that won't work. If I got to get tile data job, all right, okay, so I got it exactly on that. Okay, so I was exactly right on that, at least. At least I didn't get that one wrong. Okay, so what about the tile data is directly copied? Yep. And not gonna worry about that. Oh, okay. That's where I messed up. That's where I messed up. All right. Cool. So, I mean, I was right for most things. So you actually had to tell it to, let's do on enable. All right, so yeah. So whenever it's enabled, you have to actually tell it to validate. Okay. That's where, so the reason why it kept giving me errors inside the native hash position is because on validate, I actually have to manually instead of saying, I had to manually let it know to use my custom tile data instead of the normal tile data. Because this is just returning data from memory. It doesn't know what type it is at all. It doesn't care what type it is. That's why you can actually pass in whatever type of data you want into the new tiles. So what I need to do is I actually have to like specifically say instead of tile data. Actually, just for now, I'm gonna actually say I'm actually gonna say tile data just for now, and I'm actually going to do this just so this works. Actually, you know what? No. Let's go. We'll YOLO it. We'll YOLO it. We're gonna say actually, yeah, you know what, just to make sure this is right and so forth, I'm gonna say tile data, and I'm gonna just say new tile data, and we're gonna say sprite EntityID equals right. Sprite. Okay, there we go. Does not equal null. we're gonna say sprite, sorry, sprite, no, sprite dot get entity. Yes, okay. Now I know where to go from here. And if not, we say entity, if there was no thing, no entity ID on our sprite, we just say return entity ID none. That should be a color thing, and I can actually say public color color. Let's probably make this like actually private. We really don't need that to be. This way I can actually tint the tiles. Okay, so we just say equals, and then, or sorry, we say the tile data is color equals this. And then transform equals, same thing we just do. Basically, you can, this is actually how you take the data that's actually, like people are actually showing. Okay, Unity Hub just crashed. Apparently, whatever is crashing the actual Unity editor, is actually just like actually crashing Unity Hub itself. Well, I love how whenever I open Unity Hub again, it automatically reopens up Unity itself. I didn't even go into Unity Hub, I just reopened Unity Hub. Like, I opened Unity Hub and it just reopened a project. Sure, we're gonna just go with that. All right. So we're gonna grab the transform. Ooh. Oh, is that a file transform? I doubt that's a physics transform. For anybody wondering, a physics transform is actually used with the new low-level API. Fun fact, that's actually how I'm moving my characters with the low-level physics system, and also how I'm like actually keeping the transform of my tile shapes, but I don't think it's that. So let's actually see what transform it's expecting. Of course. Well, no point in even serializing that. Well, yeah. And then we're actually, you know what? I'm going to keep that here just for a reason. And then if we want to have like a game object spawn with the actual like a game object that's linked to the entity tile game object, we're going to say game object entity ID equals instance, maybe I should name that instance. I'm gonna just match Unity's naming convention, instance game object not equal null. We actually grab the instance game object dot, and we say get entity ID. Then we say entity ID none. So basically, like inside of like the if we have like nothing like marked assigned here, we'll just return an empty entity ID for the game object entity ID. And then flags. I just gotta actually do the same thing here. We're gonna just say do like private flags. Tile flags. Flags. Actually, I know that doesn't match the actual like naming convention, but that one to me just feels collider type. No, not a collider type. Oh crap! I didn't think about this. Okay, so tile data. Wait, actually, is there just a sprite? Okay, good. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say that's actually not meaning like actual like 2D colliders, because I'm not gonna be using colliders. I'm not gonna be using like a collider 2D or anything. I'm gonna be using physics shape, which is completely different API. Like I'm gonna be using the physics shape API. It is way faster, and you can customize it a lot better and do a lot more with it. So yeah. So I'm gonna just say collider type TileMap, make sure I'm grabbing the right one. Collider type I'm trying to think what is next. I actually think that's all I need to do. So, and we're gonna just do this. Wait, now, whenever I try to grab a memory pointer, we shouldn't have missing tiles. Now the entity should be able to be grabbed. I hope. Gregory, yes, Gregory's here. It worked. Okay, yes, that's what it was. Okay, we have an entity on a tile again. Okay, cool. All right, so entity back tiles, cool. Now the question is the box shape tool working? Yep. Oh, that's all I want. Wait. Okay. Wait. It failed the first time. Hold that thought. Huh? Oh, that's weird. Okay. So you paint it once, it fails. Like, okay, it doesn't fail. It just doesn't reveal it. But if I paint it in a new position, nothing. But if I select it, okay, so if I select it, it actually shows there being a tile there. Oh, that's horrifying. Okay, well, I'm gonna just keep that in my own memories for something I gotta look into. All right, well, we got, okay, at least we have a entity. Okay, does normal brush work? Okay, so normal brush works. For some reason, the shape brush does not like entities. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as we go. Okay. Oh, okay. Cool. Sorry about that, everyone. I cannot believe I somehow missed that. Okay, so now we can go for the fun part. I'm actually gonna just keep this comment out, or keep this commented. That way I can do it. So now let's go through all of that again, where I'm actually trying to grab the data from memory. Like we're gonna have to be actually like grabbing the actual information from RAM itself. So you're gonna see a lot of pointers and a lot of like me checking memory addresses in a little bit. So let's do this then. I'm actually gonna check something because Unity does. Unity already added a entity RuleTile ID. I'm pretty sure they did. I think they added a RuleTile ID. Yeah, they did. Okay, I thought they already did. So they oh, they already have an animated entity tile ID. Also, do know, like, technically I am grabbing like entities and entity ID references, but I'm actually working in game objects, not entities. The data is just in like using it like linked with entity IDs just to store them and catch them faster. That way, like everything can be super fast, but I can still use like actual components, like a normal like components in the scene. So what next? Okay, so got that. Just want to make sure I'm not like grabbing anything. I do know right now, animated tiles will not work with what I'm doing, but that's just because I am not actually like grabbing it. Okay, so now if I actually go up here and actually grab this, so struct type, grab this. Okay, yeah, so let's actually tell this so to grab here. Where is Unity actually using this itself? Oh, okay, EntityID to object. Get all tile data. Oh, okay, that's a lot to unpack. Okay, we're not going to stare at that for too long. I feel like my brain would go like completely like numb just staring at that forever. I am going to keep it off to the side. So next thing, all right. So now let's see if I actually did this right, and if I actually have it where, let's do this. Let's go to our platforms. I'm going to actually see if I can stand on Gregory. We're going to see if the tile map is actually like correctly like, oh my God, it did. I think the low-level physics is actually grabbing the entity's sprite and actually creating a tile. Right? Yay! We have entity tile map, or entity tiles with physics. Proper, without crashing this time. Let me rephrase it. We had it an hour ago, but it was crashing. Now it doesn't crash. Okay. I spoke too soon. Oh, come on. Can I have my moment? Okay, well, we're gonna have, we might have, like, okay, well, not marked, oh, okay, yeah, that's actually just play mode stuff. I'm actually gonna reload the scene because, whenever the RuleTile map, yep, okay, nope, stop crashing, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Question is, did it actually, like, is there actually, like, oh, right, I did it on this one. Alright, so, oh no. Okay, well, that's gonna be awkward. Now the physics, okay, wait, is that just like invisible physics there? Oh no, okay, well, multicast delegate, we're gonna try this. Sorry, it opened up on the other one. Okay, so we're working there. It's slowly getting there. We actually can spawn entities or like game objects that are or tiles that are backed by entities from memory. It's slowly getting there. Okay, we're gonna have to work on that. So I'm actually gonna get rid of this. And we're gonna see. Actually, wait. I'm gonna actually have this run one time just so it fixes this. There we go. Okay, yeah. I was hoping. I was like, okay, maybe you'll fix it. It does. All right. Wow, that's awkward. All right. One of those was an entity tile. One of them's a normal tile. I was like, why did that not auto tile? Okay. So now to actually get this working, and this is going to be the fun part. Okay. So this works. Below does not work. And the reason why is we were originally taking our tile data as this was originally just like normal like tile data. We need to actually now get this to work with our custom tile data. So let's actually see how this is done. I'm actually gonna pull up more, like there was another page of documentation if I remember right. Yes, no? Okay, yeah, okay. Maybe not. I was hoping. Nope. Okay, I was hoping there would be like another page of documentation for, oh wait, okay, yeah. Okay, well, I didn't find the documentation itself, but I actually found like where Unity implemented their own like custom data struct. So yay, let's actually use this. We're gonna use Unity's custom data struct as an example. Okay, so I want to make it where I can have a ice tile, hit it with fire magic, and that ice tile turns to water, like actually like dynamic water. That is my end goal here. So basically, this custom data struct, custom contacts and trigger events. And I'm going to actually just say I trigger, oh, I actually am not referencing the low-level physics inside of this. So we got TileID, we got neighbor position, or might not need the neighbor positions yet. Actually, yeah, let's not actually use neighbor positions yet. Actually, no, let's actually go ahead and like use neighbor positions. I'll go ahead and I'll implement the RuleTiles, custom RuleTiles system first, and then I'll like go to the next thing. But I'm gonna see if I can find there's a hexagon RuleTile now. Okay, well I actually didn't know about that. All right, so I did find it. RuleTile entity. Okay, so I'm actually gonna just grab this, and I'm actually gonna use this as a reference, see like how it's done. All right, so basically inside the refresh tile job, and yeah. Okay, yeah, so I was right. You can actually just grab the actual RAM memory. So this is actually grabbing the RAM, like an actual reference. Like the void data is actually the memory and RAM, or well, I guess on the stack. Yeah, it's the actual like memory on the stack. Unity does not know what this data is. That's why it's like void pointer and everything. But using unsafe utility, you can literally say, hey, compare this like this area of memory and see if it matches like this struct type. If it does, hey, grab it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is now we're gonna have to work on that like neighbor positions struct. Okay, so we're gonna have to actually work on that neighbor position struct, and we're gonna actually have to see like how this actually grabbed. Cool. So as far as I can tell, I'm gonna have to actually like declare like where it's being used real quick, or like actually like assign it. Trying to see where Unity actually does their own like assigning. Okay, so first you have to update the refresh tile, and then you update the tile data job. Okay, so refresh tile okay, yeah. Override. Didn't I already had one, right? I just like actually like copied it out. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and instead of saying like oh, okay. Sorry, I just realized how this is working. Oh, okay, that's sneaky. I get how Unity is doing this now. Okay, first off, I can do it this way. Instead of saying this is tile data, I actually can say this is just that. So I can actually do that. I could just say this is a new thing. And what I could do is I can actually grab this. Yeah, okay, so instead of that, I can actually go to where this is. I can actually just say entity tile and stuff forth like that. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm hoping that is correct. There's got to be like a specific place that Unity is actually creating. Okay, yeah, okay, so I now know that previous part works. Okay, I'm gonna actually like, I know this works now. So what I actually need to do now is actually say data equals new, and actually do my custom data struct here. So before was actually like recreating Unity's own EntityID tiles, but now I'm actually creating a custom one. I can just say TileID equals they're like a is it catch that entity ID? I had to like actually figure that one out. And oh yeah, did I ever add like the rotation angle? Okay, yeah. I think the default is actually 90 degrees. I know it sounds weird, but I'm pretty sure the default is like 90 degrees. Oh, okay, so this, I do this here. Okay. So that's how I do that. Okay, so if I need like normal tile data, I actually just grab this. All right, now I'm starting to get somewhere. Okay, so this way, like Unity can still actually find the tile data, so this will still make Gregory work. And yes, I'm literally just using Gregory as my default like example tile. And now we need to actually create that native hash set, right? Actually, wait. No. I mean, yes, we do need to create that hash set now, but I need to actually say update neighbors. I need to pass in the data dot neighbor positions and then reference the bounds dot bounds. Okay. And then we actually go through this entire process. So we say positions equals new native hash set. And I say, actually, do I might not need the neighbor positions for now. Yeah, I might be able to just not have to worry about the actually, no. I will need to worry about this. I will have to do this. Okay. The tiling rules its own class. I'm hoping so. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna need like my own set of tiling data. Okay. So don't show this into inspector. Hide inspector. Now I'm gonna just say public list. No, not native list, like actual like list. And tiling rule, I gotta make sure. Okay, so there's two tiling rules. One that's EntityID based. So there's like Unity TileMaps experimental. I need this one, not the normal like the non entity tiling rules. And I'm gonna actually just say tiling rules equals new. And if anybody's wondering what the tiling rules are, I can actually like drag over the struct for it. Let me just grab it real quick. Basically, like the tiling rules is like just a structure to hold like information for like which tiles is matching. So like if I actually go to like a tile, the tiling rules is literally these arrows. And if anybody's used a rule tile before inside Unity, the tiling rules is literally keeping track of like what you have set in each direction if you have like extended neighbor mode on and so forth. That's what that is. So gonna have to do that in okay, let's go back here. I'm actually going to see where this actually is updating. I might go ahead and look at Unity's like a update neighbor positions method just to get like a little read on how they do it. Okay, so yeah, okay, so they just do tiling rules dot count, capacity count, and allocator has to be persistent. All right, so gonna have to do I think this might have to be like a nested for loop rule and tiling rules. Because we have to do tiling rules, we also have to check the neighbor rule as well. So neighbor, and it should be like rule dot. Okay, I hope. Oh, please tell me this is just like a public method. Okay, yeah. I was gonna be like, oh, this is gonna suck if I have to like write my own like get neighbors method. Okay, so we can do that, and then we get the position of the neighbor. So we just take the key, and then we say 2 int 3. And yeah, I'm using the hi lizard. I am using like the mathematics library, and thankfully Unity added some unsafe utility converters and stuff, so I don't have to like do that myself. So positions dot add position. Setting and do okay. So get the neighbors and oh wait, I haven't checked for rotations yet. Okay, so gotta do rotations, checking and rule trans. Okay, what is? Okay, I'm gonna have to like go to documentation. Sorry, going from black screen to white screen. Whoops, changing. There it is. I think it's like out or sprite output. Output sprite. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I was not sure about that. So it's a RuleTile RuleMatch serializable. Sorry. Output sprite. Or no, transform match dot rotate it. My bad. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is like a if you like allow like it to be like rotate. I think this is it. Like what that is. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I do apologize. Not sure on that one. For our angle equals rotation. Wait a second. Oh, okay. So I need to have like a local set of this. Let's do and rotation angle. I'm gonna just say rotated what the heck is that? Rotated by for the matching in degrees. Oh well, okay. Angle in which the rule entity ID tile. Sorry. Angle in which the like a top. We're gonna just say SF entity. their documentation. I feel like their signature. I was actually gonna like just see copy like their like documentation. And I was like, that sentence is not. I think that's like a actual like just grammatical error. I was like, it's rotated by 4 the matching like a value in degrees. That still doesn't make sense. You know, close enough. We don't care. We don't care. That works for me. I had to like think about that for a second. I was like, wait a second, that doesn't make sense. Oh no, it does make sense actually, because there is also a yeah, okay, that actually does make sense because I just realized there Unity also has a rotation count. And it's literally like 360 divided by a rotation angle. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. I was like, what? So, oh, okay, I actually get why they did this. So there's hexagonal entity tile IDs, or hexagonal entity ID tiles. And because and it allows you to choose like how many like hexagonal like how many angles per like side of the different thing. That way they could do like grid and hexagonal thing. I was like, what? I was trying to figure out why they would need to like override this and everything, and I get it now. Basically, so this is actually like saying, hey, this is a grid tile. Took me like a couple seconds to realize like why they were having to like do this. All right. Anyways, back to here. So our angle equals additional angle, and then we're gonna say angle is less than 360 degrees, and we're gonna say angle plus equals our rotational angle. And not add, oh, no, add. And then we're gonna actually need to actually have a method that actually lets us get the correct rotation. Another reason why I'm doing this is because like before I start switching over to like start adding support for like the entity IDs earlier, if I have like a, let me see if I can find it actually. Ignore error since I haven't like actually applied it. Let's actually go here. So let's go into here. Yeah, okay. So oh, I haven't updated this prefab. Okay, I need to update this prefab. Where is it? No! I knew I was gonna find a crash sooner or later. Curse you, native hash sets. Okay, note to self, do not enter Unity editor until I am done typing out the current set of code. Yeah. This is literally while I'm doing this code, or why I'm doing this code, because at the current moment, this set of API actually crashes Unity, and I'm having to do all this to add support for like the entity IDs. I literally am doing all this just to stop it from crashing. What I've gotten so far has already been a lot better, because before Unity, like not even like a entity tile, like the normal RuleTiles was crashing in 6.4 and 6.5. Like literally Unity's normal RuleTiles was crashing. All right, anyways, we're gonna just ignore that. I was gonna say I have like staircases that are like rotated, and the physics shape currently, whenever it's actually creating like the physics shape, it's actually like not getting the rotated sprite vertices. So I can finally fix that now. I was actually started wondering like if I felt like I could hear Jaws music, because I was like, man, when's it going to crash again? I knew it was going to sooner or later until I actually finish all this. Oh no, why can I not? There we go. Okay. Anyways, it's the price to pay for what I'm trying to do. and rotation. Position equals position. Should just be a pointer. Or, no. It doesn't need to be a pointer. All right, so what we're gonna do is right now, like, we're gonna call this method, and this method is gonna call a private static method. That's literally the same thing. So like a get rotated position, and this one is actually going to be int3 position. We're actually going to take all this, and there's a reason why I'm doing this. I'll actually show you why. So we want this to be a ref position. So the reason why I'm literally just taking this method and then like putting it here is if I try to, like, let's just say return, let's just say return position. So right now, I could, if I add like burst compile, you can add burst compile, but it's actually not going to be burst compiled. So you can add burst compile like the attribute, and it still won't burst compile things. There's a couple of things that there's like limits on what you're allowed to burst compile. So what you can do is I can actually call this method, and then I could have it call a private static method, and I can actually tell the private static method to be burst compiled and pass in a reference of like, for example, the integer 3, and now it's burst compiled. So if I just put burst compile here, that's not going to do anything. But if I put it here on a private static and void, now it's burst compiled, and since this method would be calling it, this would get burst compiled. Yeah, fun things. It's weird, I know. It's just weird. But yeah, so we will do this, and I'm gonna actually say get rotated position, and literally we just say current position rotation. And since we're passing this by reference, that's also why we're doing this. Like, int3 is a struct. So like by saying var current position, I'm technically creating a new struct because it's actually trying to pacify value. So like, even though I'm doing this one is not referencing this one. So I do this to create a copy by value, and then the new one I create a copied value of, I use that as a reference. That way I don't actually edit the original position, and I can actually do like a value checking and make sure like I don't cause any issues. And by doing this, like burst compiler it'll be a lot faster because burst compiled, and I can also do some stuff inside like I can actually do stuff inside like iJobs and stuff. So if I do like a public struct and I say get rotated position job, okay, it also allows me to do some like iJob parallel. It'll also let me do some stuff if I wanted to, like a like actually like create a parallel job for it. So yeah, weird, I know, but this weirdness makes code ugly, but it makes it perform a lot faster. And if you're having a tile map, you might, oh no, get out of that before Unity tries to crash in. If you have a tile map with 1,000 tiles on it, and you have animated tiles, and you have like tiles being interacted with like physics or anything, if any performance thing you can do at any part, whether it's like checking the rotation, checking like physics collision, or checking like the tile map position, you're not just like improving the performance for one tile, you're improving the performance for 1,000 tiles. And it scales. Like the more tiles you have in your scene, in your game that's loaded in memory, the performance actually scales better. So it's weird things like that that actually can help like scale the performance up. And if you ever like need to check it, okay, good. I was just making sure that it was the good thing. Like you can even see like it's actually working, because if you actually open up the burst inspector, we can actually go here. You can actually see like I got like a SF tile position thing enumerator job, So you can already see like the burst inspector is actually already showing some of the burst stuff that I'm actually working with. So yeah. Anyways, performance rant over. I just want to mention like why this is being done. So we could just return position, but we want to return current position just in case we actually did update anything. And do switch rotation. Actually, want to see, is there like a, nope. I was hoping that, oh, right, that JetBrains shortcut only works for enums. Darn. I wonder what the performance difference would be for like using a switch expression instead of a switch statement, but let's do position equals new int position dot y, and then position dot x. That's, I did type negative, right? Okay, yeah. And then 0. New int 3. I was like, why does that give me an error? Okay, break. I'm gonna be honest, I'm too lazy. I'm just too lazy to copy it or like to retype it out. 180. And we don't need to like test out the 0 condition because the 0 condition is literally the default value that we're trying to pass in. So like we don't even have to worry about like a switch testing for like the 0 because that's literally non-rotated. And yeah, I won't go into too much more detail about it, but I wanted to mention that. All right, so negative position x, then y. Okay, might look weird. I might get this wrong for like the first couple ones. Now I think it's positive. Right. Okay, very small. Right. Yeah, sure. We'll find out. We'll find out. We'll find out. All right, so yeah, and then check something real quick inside of Unity's actual like code, how they're doing one thing. I'm assuming they're also just doing a okay, yeah. So that is what I was expecting. Okay, so what Unity is doing is they have just a native hash set. That's literally just a sorry, not a native hash set. I mean, there is a native hash set in here. So Unity is actually just taking this native hash set and then actually converting it to normal like hash set. So I actually need to go up here and say vector3 int. So when we're in the when we're inside like the normal class, we use vector3. And then like whenever we're doing like burst code and stuff like that, that's when we're using like a int3. Because literally like int3 is pretty much the same thing as vector3 int. It's just inside the mathematics assembly. So neighbor positions and get name. And I think, okay, gotta make sure that's equals null because the first time that the editor tries to like load a group of neighbor position to the entities, it won't end well. And I think update neighbor positions. Oh, if neighbor position dot count equals 0. So we only, by default, we only do this the first time, like we only let Unity automatically do this the first time when the neighbor position count is 0. And we do ref, and then we take the data, and then this is where we pass in. So this is the this is where we're passing in the native hash set and get it converted into a normal hash set. And we reference the tile the data dot bounds, and we just do a for each neighbor position, and hopefully this should say actual like int3, not vector3 right here, hopefully. Yeah, okay, good. And then neighbor positions dot add neighbor positions dot to vector 3 int. Okay, I know that's a method. I swear that's a method. It is a method. Okay, maybe did I misspell it? It is a method. I'm not going insane. Maybe I'm. No. Oh, whoops. Okay, sorry. Neighbor position. Just going insane there. Ignore that. Yeah, I was like, there we go. So basically, oh, whoops. One more down. Need to go down. So basically, the neighbor positions. I still got one more thing I gotta do, but I'm gonna just show this off. So basically, if I actually go to, so let's go to normal. Okay, so this is a normal. This is not an EntityID tile. This is like a actual, like a normal rule tile. So when we're getting like the neighbor positions, I'm getting a hash set to like create a catch of all the tiles and their neighbors, but I'm catching the EntityID. That way I can quickly like check, hey, instead of like having to grab the actual tile, I can actually just check the EntityID, and I can actually like say, hey, this EntityID is a tile that does have a matching rule. And I can actually skip like all the conversion from tile data and so forth, and I can like jobify it and make it very quick and fast. We'll go back here though. All right, so we will need that, and then we will need the update error positions. Okay, so I can actually do this now. Position angle. Do that. Need to. I feel like there's. Okay, what all rules do RuleTiles have? I know rule transform, match. There's rotated. Okay, so this first check, the rotated is if like you have like this. So this is actually rotated. Now, if I remember right, if you hover over, like if you actually have your mouse hover over it, it should say right. Okay, I stand corrected. I thought it did. All right, well, anyways, there's like rotated, and then there's like mirrored XY. Mirror XY? Right? Okay, we'll find out. So we actually got to do something different. Is it like mirror XY? Ooh, what's... Okay. 2, 4... Okay, so yeah, mirror XY first. We want to check mirror XY first. Positions add, and then I'm gonna have to do get mirror. I misspelled mirror. I really feel like I misspelled mirrored. I did. Okay. And we're gonna need to pass in the position, and we're actually gonna pass in like no, false. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna now make this mirror position F-ed. And basically we're gonna say mirror X mirror Y. Mirror Y. Yeah, okay, we're gonna do the same weird thing. So like, just like we did with the get rotated position, where we actually create a normal method and then we do a burst compiled method so we can actually like get a performance boost out of this. We're gonna do the same thing here. So we're gonna get a mirrored position. And then we're actually gonna do this X. I'm gonna just copy the private static int, and literally to make it where we could just burst compile this, I can literally just say burst compile. And we're gonna just call get the method here, get mirrored position, and we're gonna say we're actually gonna say bar ref position. Actually, current position, right? Yeah, current position. And I'm gonna just say equals position, and then reference that one, and then just say mirror x, and then mirror y, and then return current position, not normal position. Let's actually go down here, and basically I'm assuming that you have, okay, yeah, you could just do that. I could just say if mirror x position dot x times -1. I don't know why, but I like my brain died for a second. I was like, wait a second. And then we need to do this as well. Oh no, void. Okay, so got that. And there's gonna be a couple like if checks like for a second. Yeah, there's gonna be a couple like checks. I think really no, let's just do it this way. If say mirror x wait a second. Oh wait a second. I need to do true. Wait, I need to do this. Okay, only on mirror y do I need to do this. I was like, wait a second, that's wrong, isn't it? Yeah, it was wrong. So this one's true, and then on this one, mirror just y, we do false and then true. And I accidentally hit the wrong button. There we go. All right, and then I think that's it. Rotate mirror. Gotta do rotate mirror. Okay. Can't just do this. We're gonna have to do mirror position. We already got the yeah, I'm trying to think. Does this need to be true, then false? Rotated mirror. Try to think for a second. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And then that weird. Okay, I'm about to just like turn this into a static method, or like a static method. Bar angle. Rotation angle. And under 360. And just do, okay, yeah. We're gonna say angle plus equals rotation angle. I'm seriously about to just make this as a like a static. That way I don't have to like do this every single time. No, I don't. I wonder. So I think I could actually make this as a static lambda. No, I'll try that in a little bit. I want to get it working first, and then I'll try it. No need to like pure like do like too much optimization right off the bat. I mean, it's already gotten a lot. Okay, so position, and then this one's mirror. This one should be the mirror position. And instead of saying get mirrored position, we get rotated position. That's what. So basically, we get the mirrored position first, and then we do angle. Okay, I might be off on that. We might have some like mirrored rotation crap that might not be looking correct at all. We'll find out. Rep bounds. Okay, so now we got to do the rep bounds, and basically this is just that. And as far as I can tell, I can just do like a for each. We are doing this right. Positions. Okay, well, we got to check like all the x positions. Ref bounds dot xmin. And wait a second, I'm gonna just like actually no, I was gonna just like go ahead and like do all the if statements, but I'm gonna just do this xmin if position dot x equals ref bounds dot xmin equals position x. Wait, hold it. I thought that was originally a like a get you. When did Unity change that? I just want to see something real quick. Bounds equals new. Oh no, bounds is new. Okay, I want to check something out real quick. Why just like okay. So that's what I was thinking. Okay, so bounds in, you could actually like you have like a setting, but like for like just bounds, there's it actually forcefully called like set min max. I was wondering about that. I was like, has that always been a thing? My memory is not as good as I remember, or for like certain API. Alright, so this time we need to check to see if rep bounds is at x max is x max equals this, and then setting for y, pretty much we just go here y, and we can just do this. And y max. Actually, yeah, I don't know why I typed that. I could have just done this. Yeah, I think that's right. And then ref neighbor positions equals positions. And we're done. And we're finally done. Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, and that's how you turn like a native hash set with bounds checking and mirror rotation for tiles into a normal hash set. It's okay. I hate that. I done with burning passion. Sucks. Oh well. Oh yeah. So should be able to like actually go back to my yeah. Need to go back up here and make sure that. Okay, cool. And then make sure I also got that one set up in the correct. I'm just making sure I have everything where it needs to be. Oh, before I call this, whoops. That could have been a problem. Yeah, I almost made a mistake. I need to say var tiling rule equals rule tiling rules, and need to say unsafe. Because I need to do tiling rule dot to rule match input, and we need to time to go to memory address again. Array element as ref rule match input data rule. I never had that. Oh no. I might have to actually add that real quick. Okay. 1 second. Native array. And we're gonna say rule match input, and we're gonna say rule match inputs. I think we have to say native disable. Oh crap, which one was it? 1 or 3? Pick or choose. I think it was this one. I'm pretty sure. Oh, stretch. Okay, so we get this. I'm gonna go into here real quick. Explicit disable. Okay, yeah. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is it. Yeah, we're fine. It's all fine. Yeah, okay, so go all the way back up here. And I need to do let's actually do this. Roll inputs and get the unsafe pointer. And then the same thing to rule rule tile output, and then say rule match output, and then rule match outputs. Also notice that I can put inputs here, like and it will still say, it will actually consider it as correct. Yeah, don't do that. Gotta be careful on that, because the native array is technically both rule match input and outputs. Might not work what how you're thinking it will. And that's it. I think that's it. Okay. Collector type, get the flags. Okay, catch entity ID. Get the entity ID of the actual sprite, so we can actually see the sprite. And then missing. Oh yeah. Rule match outputs equals new native array, and we're gonna say tiling rules dot count, and then pretty sure this has to be persistent, and same thing with RuleTiles input. Oh, whoops. I was like, come on, still inside the thing. Okay, I think that's it. I think that is actually it. Before, oh wait, holy crap. Dispose. Wait, dispose. I actually need to create a dispose method real quick for dispose, because I need to actually make sure that the data gets disposed. And yeah, let's do this. uint reference equals 0. And we're gonna say var entity ID equals catch entity ID. If C or entity ID equals entity ID none, we're gonna want to return. And then what we're gonna do is, if we don't, we're gonna say reference equals unsafe utility, and we're gonna actually say as entity ID, and it should be uint, and then reference entity ID. Oh, reference get in there, reference entity ID. All right. Actually, might not need that. Actually, not since I think about it. That's only if I want to use like, that would only be like if I want to have like randomization. Okay. I'm actually on the fence on this one. I might not want this. Reason why I was gonna do this is like if I wanted to do like like random, I'm gonna just do var random just to show this off. New unity.mathematics.random, and I was actually gonna use like the actual like entity ID as a kind of like a hash key for like the, or sorry, seed, hash seed for like the random thing. But that's the reason why is like if I actually go to like the tile real quick, let's grab any tile. Okay, specifically a tile that supports randomness. So like if you actually have like output mode set to random, fun fact, that's kind of how Unity just kind of says, okay, what tile is going to be in random for entity tiles. Yeah, Unity literally, if you're doing like entity ID tiles, Unity just uses the entity ID and like shoves into like the mathematics.random method, and that's the seed it uses to choose like which of the sprites for that matching rule tile. Okay. Oh my god, is that all? Am I done? I have no idea. Actually, wait. I'm gonna just keep this here. All right, I'm kind of on the fence on this one. Okay, let's see. Nice. All right, so I know Gregory is going to be broken for a second. Okay, yeah, so Gregory's broken just for a second while working on this. Or Gregory. So wait, let's actually go here. Yeah. Wait a second. I might not need these actually. Because I just realized, okay, hold on thought. I might not need these. Does the entity ID base class? Oh my god, I literally went through the process of having to do that. Okay. Game object. Okay. Well, never mind. Don't need this. Okay, so by inheriting from EntityID tile instead of ID tile base, I can actually just use, okay. Wait, what is the name of that? Okay, is that the right name? Okay, questionable about this one though. Let's do. I might check this out. Okay, so. Um. Hmm. Yeah, okay, so. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, so I can do this. Okay, so I can still do this. Okay. Okay, try this now. I was wondering why Gregory still wasn't like appearing. Um, okay, so yeah. It just ignore for that for a little bit. Okay, there we go. Still got Gregory's face. Check. So now the last thing. Okay, so that should give me all of that, and now I should actually be able to go through. Oh my god. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Trying to remember. I already did. Yeah, I already did that one. All right. Oh. I think I already uncommented the other ones out. Okay, we're gonna see if this works. Okay. Corner cast. No. Okay, so where is my entity? Let's go back for a second. Okay, so let's go back to where is my let's go to on validate real quick. Oh yeah, so sprite entity, yeah, okay, sprite. Wait a second. So if I say oh, okay, I also need to say sprite. Oh, that means I'm not just need. I will also need to do this as well. Okay. Well. All right. Fingers crossed. Sad. All right. I don't know if that actually. Okay, so let's actually see. Yep. Okay. Pointer filled. Okay, so got past that one. So I got to the next one, which is actually okay. So yeah, refresh tiles. Okay, so whenever we were refreshing our tiles, it literally had a it's saying 154, right? And then what about this one? I'm assuming it's the same spot. Yeah, 154. Okay, so 154. Apparently, whenever refreshing tiles, we ran into an issue with our positions. So let's check this out. Okay. Well, I got past the other parts, so that's good. I just gotta actually get past this part. Okay. So actually, to make sure I didn't miss anything this time. Oops. Oops. Well, anything else I accidentally mistyped? Okay, so neighbor offset, correct. And 3, get offset position, reference there. All right. So that might have been just that issue. It's because I accidentally had it as the allocator was actually temporarily instead of as temp job, so it wasn't even getting the information into the okay, so I'm no longer getting that error. Now I'm just getting, oh, it's actually just giving me an error on like almost any tile. All right, so if I grab this, nope, okay. So we might have to actually go into debugger. Okay, make sure I'm getting the right memory pointers. Refresh tiles. Okay, we're gonna need to go into the burst inspector. And it should be like a tile job. Behold the horrors of assembly code. Alright, so it is actually, okay, so it is actually doing the right like output for it when casting from sprite add file. Okay, so it's specifically the sprite that was like failed to cast. So let's go and check this out. Right. Okay, so all right, let's do this. Debug.log. Okay, we're gonna, let me debug this. Debug.log. Data dot default tile data dot sprite. I'm gonna see what is happening there. Am I actually missing we're gonna actually disable this and then re-enable it, and we're gonna have fun with this one. Nope. Okay, well. Alright, so I'm actually going to just hit, I'm literally gonna hit space and then reload domain real quick, because I just realized that's only gonna debug that out on the domain reload. Okay, what do we get on domain reload? Okay, yeah, so okay, so we are getting Gregory. Gregory's there. So we got the sprite from the entity, at least. All right, so we got that. So that is actually grabbing the right sprite. So it was what, line 154? So is this one right here, refresh tiles. And the error is based off pointer cast failed, casting from mono behavior sprite. But this is gonna be an interesting one to actually like test out. What I am thinking is, you know what, let's actually check this out real quick. Let's make sure. Okay, refresh tiles. I'm gonna go through and just make sure that I didn't miss anything. Bar I equals, yeah, right. Let's do position offset. Okay, I'm pretty sure like that's literally it. Like ref, yeah, offset position. Plug keys plus equals offset. Yeah, okay, so alright. I'm gonna like look at this for like 2 seconds. I'm gonna just see what I could possibly be missing. Because it actually is getting like the actual correct sprite. But for some reason, let's check the tile job. Let's show, like, let's see. Okay, need to do, make sure I'm not messing up anything here. Bar data struct, utility safe, grabbing my custom data, correct. The allocator is correct. Oh, okay, making sure that it's plus I, not I plus plus. All right, we're actually getting the tile position from the pointer. Okay. So for each. Yeah, I'm getting the off. Okay, so that's correct. And then outside of the for each refreshing positions, and then okay, so I dispose of it. Okay, so literally just right, so well we could do this then. I'm gonna say where we refresh the tile. I'm gonna try this real quick. Let's go to refresh tile. And I'm actually going to just see about like actually we're gonna do this. I'm gonna see if it's the refresh tile job or the actual like method being called that's giving the issues. So we're gonna actually do this real quick. I'm going to do this. We're gonna just do this and we're gonna see which one is the issue. I'm hoping it's not the job. All right, so oh thank God, it's not the job. I mean, it's still messed up, but it's better than what I was expecting was messed up. Okay, yay. All right, so it is just the refresh tile method. Check the tile data as well, or like the refresh oh, wait a second. Data, yeah. Where is my get tile data job? Oh, yeah, okay. So I updated the yeah, oops, okay. Oops. All right, I know where it is. She is. I forgot to update the okay, I did update the okay, I updated the get tile data thing, but I forgot to update the like actual like get tile data job. Okay, that we make sure this is correct. Reference unsafe copy pointer structure address in yeah, okay, that is correct. Tile position. All right, so this is correct. Okay, this is not correct. Okay, I just needed to like actually implement this and actually get it going. I was like, oh yeah, because I never did Alpine transform. Okay. All right, this is gonna be a doozy. So basically, I gotta actually get the tile data, like so when you are getting like the tile data, so the get tile data actually returns like the custom tile data that you make. So you can pass in like with the new system, you can pass in whatever type of tile data you want. It can literally be anything. Like literally it can be whatever you want and laid out in memory. So to get tile data, actually get oh, and that's actually watch crashing. Actually, no, wait. I believe reference TileMap data. Actually, no. That's correct, right? Okay, yeah, because Unity actually passes in the tile data. First thing I was thinking, wait, does that need to be my custom tile data? No. Okay, yeah. So basically, I gotta actually tell Unity's job, like the actual get tile data job, the memory layout of my actual like custom tile data. So I'm gonna have to grab a lot of memory, or like actually go into memory again. So as ref, I need to actually give it my data struct, and because like this void point data, like it does not know what it is. All it knows is it's like a section of memory, and it can literally be anything. And I'm gonna just say for each. Do not do I++, it needs to be plus I, and then count, and fun times ahead. Okay, so ref int3 in position equals ref. Okay, sometimes I regret trying to learn this. I'm actually happy that I took the time to actually learn this. Okay, so we actually gotta we increment. Okay, so basically what we're doing is we get the amount of tiles, like the all right, so we gotta get the tile data from each tile. So we do a for loop on the amount of tiles that we want to get the data for. And then what we're doing here is we're actually checking these, like we're going to be actually checking how much memory, like how much like memory in the RAM and like memory address. So for like on the stack that the custom like tile data I'm creating takes up. That's like 18 bytes, is it 20 bytes, is it 40 bytes, whatever. And we have to increment the pointer by that amount of like bytes on each increment of the for loop. That way we're actually getting the right data from like memory. It's cursed, I know, it's cursed. And basically, we also got to grab the normal tile data that Unity actually uses. Tile data equals ref. So same thing with the normal tile data, because Unity has a normal tile data, and then you're able to also use your own custom tile data. But your custom tile data has most of the time has to actually have like the normal tile data part of it. So like get like out tile data +1, and then we have to actually like grab the unsafe utilities, and we have to copy. So we copy the pointer. So we get the pointer in memory, and then we tell Unity to actually convert it to whatever struct that we're using. So we actually have to grab the address of that memory, and now I can actually say my data struct. And inside my custom, so data struct is my custom data struct, and I'm grabbing the default, like Unity's default data struct from there, and then I can actually grab the tile data. And what we're actually, reason why we do this, I'm actually going into the memory address of my custom tile data, and I'm going to the specific point that I actually in my custom tile data that the normal Unity tile data is. It's yeah, I'm just gonna say it's fun times. Okay, so copy the pointer structure unsafe address sub. Got to do ref data struct. Whoops, I forgot. From these, I was like, and then once we get that, we can actually like do use the tile data. So I can actually say j equals like my custom tile data struct dot rule matching inputs dot length. This one does need to actually be plus plus on the end instead. We just get the position. Position. Well, yes. Yes, tile position. I was trying to think, do I need the tile position or the memory position right there? In position. Right, I think. Okay. Yes, okay. I could be wrong about this. We'll find out. Var transform equals a fine transform identity, and we just go for here and we go to rule match equals data struct dot rule match inputs dot j. Okay. And if rule matches, oh no, okay, so I'm starting to regret not just inheriting from the rule entity tile ID. Yeah, that's okay. Oh no, okay. This is gonna be interesting. So I could cheap this out. Oh god, okay, I could cheap this out and just call there. So rule entity ID tiles has a standard method called rule matching. Or I could learn how to implement my own rule matches method. But I really don't want to implement my own rule matches method because it's gonna be like 200 or 300 lines of code. I don't want to have to type that all out. I might call it for a little bit. Where I'm at like 3 hours and 40 minutes of like learning how to do this. So I got like entities to like to actual tiles working, which is good. Now I just got to get like RuleTiles, and like that way tiles can actually like do rule matching, just like the Unity's like normal RuleTiles. So I want to like, I'm almost done like creating logic for this, and it's been a very good like learning experience. I love the new API. I'm just new to a lot of this stuff. Like I'm new to like the using like actual like memory, like pointing to memory addresses in C# and actually like grabbing data from RAM directly just to like lay it out to whatever like value I want. I'm very new to that, so it's been a very good learning experience. But guys, I gotta call it. I've been like staring at like memory address code for like 4 hours now, and even like opening up burst inspector and like actually looking at assembly code just to see what it's like. But so I might do more tonight, later tonight. I might not. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not sure. On stream, I know I'm going to continue like finishing this tonight, but I might not do the rest on stream. Next stream I'll show it off if I do finish it. But for now I can actually like paint tile and then tiles linked to entities and so forth, and it is way faster. Like it is way faster. Okay, well, whenever I'm not having like the burst compile error related to like there is actually a tile right here. I just actually had to like finish getting like the sprite ID and everything, or like the sprite from its EntityID. But if I were to actually like reload this like level and actually like use it that to get the invalid like tiles unloaded, it would be a lot faster, most likely. Yeah. Oh, I literally just was sitting on the exact same position. There you go. I gotta actually grab this. But thank you all for joining. I will do more tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get the tiles done That way I can move on to Cinemachine and adding low-level physics logic to Cinemachine. Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. And then I can get combat working again. So when I was using colliders and rigid bodies, I had combat working, but since I'm moving over, I have no colliders in scene. There's literally 0 colliders, 0 rigid bodies in scene. Like I'm not kidding. The players literally uses a custom, actual like custom physics, just using like the low-level physics. So I will finish this after I have dinner. But hey, for the most part, I got entities and tile maps working inside with normal game objects. It's gonna have I might just like do return statement, that way it stops giving me that little error real quick. But I've been ending the stream. Take it easy, everyone, and have a good night. Thank you again for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.